Welcome back, y'all. Glad y'all are here today. Come spend some time with me today. I honestly don't know what all we're going to get into, but I do know I want to make some dill pickles today, and I don't want y'all to miss that. So here in a little bit, we're going to pick us some cucumbers. This is actually Andy's grandma's recipe. She taught me how to make these dill pickles years ago, and y'all are not going to regret it. They're so easy and delicious. So when I'm making my little homemade dill pickles, I do it a little bit different than a lot of people. At least that I've found anyway, and this is the way, like I said, Andy's grandma does it too. So I like to make the pickles out of these little tiny, about that size right there. Now, yes, it takes several of them to fill a jar, but I'm telling you, if you make your dill pickles out of those little tiny ones, if you have enough, if you got enough cucumbers to do that, because of course, like I said, it takes a few of them to, if you're gonna make them that little. You won't regret it though. They are so good. Just one thing you gotta keep in mind when you're doing it with these little ones is you're gonna get that flour off. You want that off before they go in the jar. You're gonna hear a lawnmower running in the background, and that's just Jacob mowing the yard. We're all trying to get our work done before it gets too terribly hot out here, and before it rains again, because we've had several back-to-back thunderstorms. The grass is growing like crazy, which is a blessing for the cows and the horses, but the man that mows the yard stays pretty busy. Andy, he's at work today too. Now, as big as I'll put the whole ones in a jar is about like that. And any bigger than that just gets a little too big. Apparently I missed one. Look at there. Golly. I'll just leave him out here. Well, there's a market more. I didn't think any of them come up. Up there is one. All right. One thing about growing cucumbers on a trellis like this, you do have to check both sides, because just because you think you got them all, usually when you go to the other side like this, you start finding a whole lot more. Now we'll go see what we can find over at the raised beds. Now these cucumber plants over here seem to be faring a little better. Maybe not so much this first one, but they look a little better than those over in the big garden. We've never grown them up this trellis. We originally built this as a green bean trellis, but thought we would change it up this year. Don't hurt to do that every once in a while. Not worried about making a ton of pickles this time. Number one, I doubt that I'm going to have enough cucumbers to make a ton of pickles this time unless something changes. And number two, last year was my pickle year, and I try to alternate time-consuming things. So like this year is spaghetti sauce year, last year was pickle year. So we planted more cucumbers last year, a lot more. And you know, I make, I don't know if I ever did a video on bread and butter pickles, but I do bread and butter pickles, dill pickles, which dill is our favorite, especially Andy and Jacob's 14-day sweet pickles. I've got a full how-to video on those. It's them old-fashioned 14-day pickles, and boy, now those are probably my favorite out of all of them. Just depends on what kind of mood strikes me though, honestly, as to what kind of pickle I want to eat. But I made a ton of pickles last year. So this year, if I only make a few jars, that's okay. Well, I got a pretty good haul of cucumbers here. I just picked everything that was ready, and the little ones that I saw that were tiny, but not so tiny they were not big enough to make pickles out of. So, go see how many we got. All right, I'm just gonna dump all of them into some ice water. And they can sit in that while I'm getting everything ready. Now I'm gonna run out and pick some dill. My dill has seen a lot better days. My cucumbers are a little behind, so my dill is a little ahead. But when you're picking dill to go in your pickles or whatever, you can use the flower heads, or you can use the little pieces of dill like that, either one of them. I'm not gonna pick a ton because I don't think I'm gonna have but a jar or so of pickles. So that right there will probably do it. Now most of our dill, I'll just be honest with you, we just let it like reseed itself, and wherever it starts coming up, we'll mow around it or weed eat around it or whatever, and let it do its thing. I've got some up yonder, it's in the yard, and like I said, usually once you plant dill one time, if you let it, you know, let it seeds fall, you'll have dill from here on out. So for our pickles, we got to go ahead and make our brine and let that be simmering a little bit. So we're going to start off with 3/4 cup of sugar, a quart of water, and a quart of vinegar. And a 1/2 cup of salt. And we're just going to let that simmer, let that sugar dissolve while we're getting our cucumbers ready. Now, if you can't make your pickles directly after you pick your cucumbers, your best bet is to let them set in some ice water till you're ready to use them. But I like to use them as quickly as possible. So, I like to also do my pickles in a wide mouth jar. And to our jar, I'm thinking I'm only going to have enough little cucumbers to make 1 jar. We'll see. This is enough brine to usually make around 2 to 3 quarts, depending on how full you got it of cucumbers. So to the bottom of our jar, we're going to add 1 large clove of garlic. That one's kind of skinny, so I'm actually going to put 2 little cloves of garlic. And we're going to take one of those dill flowers we got a while ago, and we're just going to put that in the bottom. I'm also going to take another few little pieces here. But 1 good sized sprig of dill in the bottom of our jar. And if you're wondering what I got over here in my big pot, I'm making some more of my tomato sauce. If you missed that video, I'll be sure to link it. Y'all just check that one out too. So when I'm preparing these little cucumbers, you want to make sure you get that flower end off, because it can make your pickles turn mushy. And the stem doesn't bother me, but some people it does, so I just cut most of that little stem off too. But if you don't cut it off, it ain't gonna hurt nothing. So, we've got my jar full here. We're going to take us another big clove of garlic. We're going to take another one of these big dill flowers, like that. And we're going to put that right on top there. At this point, my stuff is dissolved, my salt and sugar in my brine. So I could go ahead and put this on there, but the way I'm going to be canning this today, I need this to be like super duper hot. So that's what I'm waiting on. And once that gets to that point, then I'll pour it over my pickles. Next thing on the list is I picked some nice zucchini also, but I picked that yesterday, so y'all didn't see that part, but I'm going to make some zucchini bread. I had some interest in folks wanting to see my chocolate chip zucchini bread, and that is a favorite around here. I made a video on it, I think, last year. The chocolate chips and the zucchini bread just go so good together. So I'm going to show y'all how I make that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grate up 2 cups of zucchini. I'm trying to get down here where it ain't so many seeds. So I'm just using my hand grater here. It's not too hard to use. Now this is one way I preserve zucchini. Our favorite thing to do with zucchini is zucchini bread. So I'll make up quite a bit of zucchini bread, put it in the freezer, because it freezes really, really good. Alright, so now we're going to need 2 big eggs. 3/4 a cup of brown sugar. And I'm gonna get those two things combined until they're smooth. And to that, we're going to add 1/2 cup of grease. Now this is just softened grease, lard, just because that's what I'm using. Just use whatever kind of grease you got. All right, now we're going to add in our 2 cups of zucchini. Now, you want that moisture in your zucchini. You know, most zucchini bread recipes have that moisture kind of factored in. So don't pat it dry, don't squeeze it, nothing like that. Just let all that be in there. One 3/4 a cup of flour. Now, you should definitely do this in a separate bowl. Again, do as I say, not as I do. 1½ teaspoons of baking powder. Half a teaspoon of baking soda. Good shake of cinnamon. A sprinkle of ginger. And about 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And we're just going to get it all combined. So now we'll throw in, I don't know, a cup or so of chocolate chips. Sprinkle them in until you feel like stopping. We're just going to fold those in there. I'm going to grease up my bread pan here. Y'all won't regret making this chocolate chip zucchini bread, I'm telling you. It is a favorite of all of ours. Make sure it's good and even. And we're going to cook this in a 350-degree oven for about 50 minutes. We'll check on it at 45 and just see what it looks like. You want it to pass the toothpick test, and these quick breads like those always, well, they used to, and I've gotten better about it now, but they always used to fool me about that they really do take that long to get done in the middle. Even though it may be nice and brown on top, it don't mean it's done in the middle. So my brine is good and hot. So let's get these pickles canned. Give it a stir. Now, because my salt has minerals in it, it makes the brine look kind of pink. But that's what causes that, is those minerals. So we're just going to cover our cucumbers all the way to the tippy top. There we go. Stay in there, little fella. we go. First jar of pickles of 2025. It could possibly be the last. Now the rest of what I've got left of this brine, I'm going to put it in a mason jar and I'll stick it in my fridge till I have enough cucumbers to make another jar. And then I'll warm it up again, get it good and hot, do the exact same thing. Now enough of all that how-to stuff. I gotta go get my animal chores done so y'all can come along and go feed with me. This spaghetti sauce or this tomato sauce, it's probably still got a couple of hours left too. So yeah, we'll go get to it.
Well, looks like somebody's had another busy day while I was at work. I'm gonna run around and help her feed everything. I'm gonna go out here and cut some corn, cut some more sweet corn. We've been feeding some of that to the cows every evening. And they have super enjoyed it. There you go.
You gonna cut enough for the pigs too?
Nah, we'll give them pigs the scraps and that'd be enough. Right there's an ear it looks like I might have missed. That looks like a decent ear. Let's see what it looks like.
Yeah.
It probably was a decent ear. It's too old now though.
Oh, it'll be all right. We'll turn it into beef or pork one.
That's right.
I gotta move their trough and stuff too. I guess that rope's still in there. I guess I can pull it across there if it's not. I wasn't on the side by side this morning. I was walking.
These ears right here might be edible for supper. Because I had left these. There was a couple of young ears still out here. Kind of forgot about them.
Is that one? That looks good.
Yeah, that's a pretty ear.
Well, as long as I got 4, one for everybody would be all right.
Well, we got 4 here. I'll see if I can find one more. That ain't no count.
What about this one? This one?
Yeah, that one's probably good. There's 5.
Well, look at there. I thought we'd done eat it all. Well, I'll set this over here till we get...
Okay, we'll get it when we get back up here.
Yeah. Because I need to get on down there. I got spaghetti sauce that's about ready.
How much have I got? Let me cut one more handful.
Okay.
Alright.
Well, they sure have been enjoying it. I know that.
They have. There's actually a couple of ears out there that's still a little on the young side too. We might be able to
Salvage those?
salvage them.
Think so?
I don't know. We'll see. Come up here and look at these things.
Maybe I should have poured it out on the ground. They done got so big that they can't all squeeze in there. I don't ever feed them right there anymore. He said, I'm going to eat this.
They've growed, ain't they?
Yeah, they have. Is it good, honey?
Oh, this one got a hold for a tomato too. He's slinging it everywhere.
They are red. Y'all got a nice shade of red.
I wonder where they found a red hole like that. Right there at the water trough?
Maybe.
Or out in the woods?
I don't know, because they're red.
They are. I hadn't seen them with the red mud on them lately.
It probably feels good. It probably keeps the flies off of them.
Well, it
All
must
right.
feel good because they do it all the time. Tom, I poured you out some too. What you do? Oh, you're waiting on her to move, wasn't you?
Tom, if you get any fatter, you're just going to be rolling around instead of walking. I guess he's eating plenty of rats because he's a hunter.
He's done something, ain't he? He don't get fed that much. I can't understand why he's got so fat.
Hey, baby. Hey, my baby. All right, get out of the way.
They gonna pull these stalks off for me, ain't they?
Yep, get out of the way. Get out of the way.
I believe I've spoiled them. What are we gonna do when we run out?
Well, they still got a while.
Black Star's like, I won't feed. I don't want that old corn.
Hold on. Sorry, I did not mean to like knock you out. Hey, Duchess, what you doing, baby? Yours is coming. Hold on. The grass sure does look good in here, I think.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Especially considering it's middle of July.
Yeah.
Chickens, have y'all give us any eggs today?
Reckon it'll come up a thunderstorm this evening?
Well, there's a chance.
A pretty good chance, I think, ain't
The
it?
sky's getting kind of puffy.
I know. That's what I was
Yep,
wondering.
you're right. They're out.
I can always tell, because if they do have food, they just kind of like are out doing their thing. But if they don't have food, they stare you down.
We'll take that back with us.
You know?
Well, they got plenty of bugs and stuff to eat around these rotten stumps. Boy, they've really dug around that one.
That's what I told you. They've really been enjoying them.
They gonna dig that tree up.
They lay in there too.
That's all it is, just 3 eggs. They must like that whole area. They've wore out that whole spot.
Wore it out. Well, at least they got them a good, cool spot down in here.
Yeah.
I guess when we move them next, we'll just keep going, won't we?
Yeah, we got enough room to go one more time that way before we get to that next wire.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess we can leave them down here. And by then, it might be.
Because we've been leaving them 2 weeks.
Yeah, they've been staying 2 weeks.
And that spot over there looked like it recovered just fine.
Yeah, you never know they were on it.
So, I'm hoping. Well, that'll be 2 weeks, and I think we can go up in them trees. That'll be a month right there of them being in the shade. So surely by then it'll be starting to. We'll get a little relief.
Maybe. Well, that'll be putting us
The August.
towards the end of August.
Yeah.
I mean, it can still be pretty darn hot.
I know. All right, I gotta go put that spaghetti sauce in some jars and get supper fixed, and then I'll feed the horses a little later on. Maggie wants to braid Ty's tail while he's eating. So.
Well, we got 3 eggs. Our chickens, I think they've been on somewhat of a strike with as hot as it's been.
I don't know, I think I got 6 yesterday.
Well, they alternate. Some days you get a lot, and some days you don't hardly get any.
Yeah.
Is it good, hamburger? That's right. You turn that corn into beef for me, please.
What cracks me up is they love the whole stalk and everything.
I know. I love watching Belle chew on it.
Oh, she's got her corn cob right here.
See that? She found the good stuff.
She's shucking it so she can get to the cob. So my zucchini bread is done now. Show you what that looks like. It's gotten good and cooled off, so I need to get that out and get that on a plate. So the way it can cool off the rest of the way. It's a great recipe that we all love, and I know you're gonna love it too. My sauce has gotten good and thickened up, so I gotta get it in some jars. And if you missed it on the last video, when you make tomato sauce like this, especially when you have in the added peppers and onions and things like that, you'll want to water bath this for about 40 minutes. I reckon y'all know what that's called when it's raining and the sun's shining. We always called it the devil's beating his wife. Now, I don't know why in the world it's called that.
I ain't never known why it's called that either, but I've heard that my whole life. If it's
Yep.
raining and the sun's shining at the same time, and lately it's done that a lot.
I know, for some reason.
We've had these little tiny thunderstorms roll through, and
The devil's really been mad at his wife, I guess.
I guess so.
Yep, that's what I've always heard it.
Yeah, yesterday we had a thunderstorm pop up. You could watch it on the radar. It popped up directly over top of us here. And just a mile down the road, we had an inch here. It rained, and it rained, and it rained. But then just a mile down the road, they didn't get a drop. Didn't rain nothing. But
Crazy.
that's how little these little thunderstorms have been.
Yep. Yep, creek garden standing full of water.
Again. I did notice that I think we'll get to try that other corn we got planted out there soon. Like probably tomorrow.
I'm looking forward to it. We'll see if it's any count.
Yeah, we'll see.
I can't remember what it said. What kind of sweet was it?
I don't remember. A super sweet maybe. But it's a bicolor. And I think it was Bonnie. Was it Bonnie hybrid? Bonnie bicolor hybrid?
Burpee hybrid.
Burpee. That's it. Not Bonnie. Burpee. Bonnie's the other plant people. Yeah. Burpee bicolor hybrid. Anyways, it was some free seed from Tractor Supply. So I'm interested in seeing if we like it or not. We don't have a whole lot planted.
Well, hopefully just enough to eat on. Even if it ain't great, it's got to be
Yeah.
all right anyway.
Some corns, I mean, any corn's better than no corn.
That's right. Well, I ended up getting 3.5 quarts of my spaghetti sauce.
So that makes how many total so far?
6.5.
6.5 quarts so far.
See, the only bad thing is though, I'll need to make it at least 3 more times
Well,
if my tomatoes hang on.
if you
And if I
if you
can,
don't, can we just do it again next year?
well, yeah.
I know you don't. You don't.
No,
want to,
no, that's fine. I'm just saying. So it takes 2 quarts when I make my baked spaghetti.
Oh. Well, dang! I didn't
Yeah.
realize it took that much.
Well, you really like sauce, so
I do. Yeah, that's what makes it.
so I throw it to it.
Well, maybe we'll get enough to make some more. I mean, there's plenty of tomatoes hanging out there. It's just I don't know how much longer the plants themselves are gonna hang on.
Right. Well, we'll just take it a little bit at a time.
Yeah, I believe.
And I mean, if worse comes to worse, it just is what it is, you know. I've got some canned tomatoes down there, and literally, if worse come to worse, I could just make a little bit of sauce at a time. I could do that.
Oh yeah.
So
I think next year,
there's
if I-
always ulterior.
if I can find the time to do it next year, I believe might prune on them just a little bit, open up some airflow. I know we used to do that like a really long time ago when I only had just a handful of tomato plants. But after we started planting so many, it just took so long to do, and
We just
kind of quit.
But which has been fine though. It's
It
been
has
fine
been,
except for the last
except
2
the
years.
last 2 years.
Yep.
It's been really, really humid the last 2 years too.
Ooh,
Well, this year's
about
been
dry.
really wet.
I don't know, it's about dried up and died last year.
Yeah, last year they about dried up and died, and this year it's been just as wet as it can
About
be.
grounded this year.
But I have to say though, for as much rain as we've had, you ain't seen a whole lot of crops or nothing struggling,
No.
acting like they're being drowned or nothing. I
No.
mean, it's been all right. It's just made it hard to work. Well, that rain's already over with. That was a quick one.
There might come another shower though. Look at them clouds
I know.
right there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. It sure has cooled it off out
Yeah,
here.
it
though.
has. It ain't doing no thunder or nothing.
Yeah. Well, I didn't hear no thunder out of the first one that come through. It just started raining. Boy, yesterday though, I'm telling you, that had some crazy thunder and lightning in it.
What is that noise? Oh, it's Lovey down there.
You don't say it sounded like Lovey.
Yeah, it did have. It was, we sit here and we watched it after it moved on from here, and it was just a streaking.
Yeah, right over there behind them trees, it was just pow, 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 constant lightning. I've never seen lightning quite like that.
But anyways, guys, I guess that's going to about wrap up today's video. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Hope you might have learned a little something. It's been another super busy day.
Yeah.
Just the time of year it is.
I guess it has for you, because it sure does look like there's been a whole lot done.
Oh my gosh, I know. The spaghetti sauce in itself is like a task, and I didn't even show it on this video, because I'm like, well, they done seen it one time, so I just showed a little bit of it. But that right there is a major undertaking in itself, even though it don't make a whole lot.
Yeah, well, it's worth it though.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, I'm a good one to say that. I'm not the one putting all that work into it though.
Well, you put the work into it out here. You can't say that.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, till we see y'all on the next one.
Y'all have a good one.
Have a good one. What do you think, Tiger?
She looks like she's happy it's cooled off a little.